Hi everyone. In this video I am going to explain you about the remaining part of meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue part 2. Meristematic tissues based on location, based on position in plant body. On the basis of position or location, meristematic tissues are divided into three different types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. The very first one, apical meristem. The meristems, which occurs at the tips of roots and shoots and produces primary tissues, are called apical meristems, which means apical meristems are present at the tips of root and shoot. Apical meristem are responsible for increase in length of plant organs. Example, root apex and shoot apex. And these are responsible for primary growth. During the formation of leaves and elongation of stem, some cells left behind and they forms axillary buds and they forms new branches or flowers. Sometimes axillary buds develops into new branches and sometimes axillary buds may convert into floral buds and forms flowers. Apical meristem in shoot and root is terminal and subterminal respectively. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of root apical meristem and shoot apical meristem. See in the first diagram, root apical meristem covered by root cap and contains initials of roots, initials of central cylinder and cortex, protoderm, cortex, central cylinder, all. In the second diagram, let's see shoot apical meristematic zone, axillary buds and differentiating vascular tissue, and on the top of shoot apical meristem, leaf primordium. Let's see this diagram carefully for your better understanding. Second one, intercalary meristem. The meristem which occurs between mature tissues called intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem are present in some plant stem. This is separated region of apical meristem. By the activity of this intercalary meristem, length of the plant organs will increases. They are responsible for regeneration of parts removed by grazing herbivores in grasses. They may be present either at the base of internode, example grasses, bamboo, equisetum, or at the base of node of mint. They are also present at the base of leaves, example pinus. By the activity of this intercalary meristem, length of leaves also increases. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of intercalary meristem. How by the activity of this meristem, length of leaves will increase and everything. You see this diagram carefully. The third type is lateral meristem. Lateral meristem occurs in lateral side of plant organs or parallel to the longitudinal axis, which means tangential plane of plant organs. They are cylindrical meristem. Activity of lateral meristem increases the girth of plant organ, so it is responsible for secondary growth and produces secondary tissues. Lateral meristems are both primary and secondary in origin, mostly secondary in origin. There are two examples of primary lateral meristems, such as number 1, marginal meristem, number 2, intrafascicular cambium or fascicular cambium. Very first one, marginal meristem. It occurs at the margin of leaves. Its activity increases the width of leaf, so total growth of leaf is called intercalary marginal growth. Number 2, interfascicular cambium or fascicular cambium. This cambium occurs inside the vascular bundle of the stem. Except intervascular cambium, all cambia are secondary in origin. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of meristematic tissues like apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Apical meristem generally present at the tips of root and shoot. Intercalary meristem present between mature tissues. Lateral meristem present in dicotyledonous plants which shows secondary growth. These are present laterally and helps in secondary growth of the plant. Next topic is types of meristem on the basis of function. On the basis of function, the scientist Haberland divided meristem into three different groups. Number 1, protoderm. Number 2, procambium. Number 3, ground tissue. Number 1, protoderm. It is the outermost layer of eumeristem. By the activity of protoderm, epidermal tissue system is formed in plant body. It includes epidermis, root hair, stem hair, which are called trichomes, etc. Second one, procambium. These cells are long and it gives rise to the vascular tissue system. It includes xylem and phloem. Third one, ground meristem. The cells of this region are large, thin-walled and isodiametric. Ground tissue system is formed by the activity of this ground meristem only. Ground meristem includes hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, medullary rays and medulla, which means pith rays and pith. Composition of apical meristem in different plants. Apical meristem in higher algae like Fucus, Dictyota and Sargassum, bryophytes and some pteridophytes like Selaginella consists of single cell. This cell is known as apical cell. Apical meristem is absent in lower algae and fungi. All the cells of these plants are divisible, so they do not show apical growth. Thus, such type of growth in these plants is called diffused growth. Apical meristem in ferns, gymnosperms and angiosperms consist of many cells. Number 1, apical cell theory. This theory proposed by Carl Nageli and Hofmeister and supported by Wolff. According to Nageli and Hofmeister, the apical meristem is composed of a single apical cell. This theory is only applicable on bryophytes and some pteridophytes and some higher algae like Fucus, Dictyota and Sargassum. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of apical cell theory, how apical cell forming primary tissues. Check this diagram carefully. Number 2, histogen theory. It was proposed by Hanstein in 1817. According to him, the root and shoot apices are distinguished or differentiated into three meristematic regions or three meristematic layers of histogen cells. These are as follows, like dermatogen, peribulum and plerome. Dermatogen. This is the outermost single layer of cells. These cells form single layered epidermis by anticlinical divisions. Peribulum. This region is situated just below the dermatogen. It forms all cortex regions like hypodermis, general cortex and endodermis. Plerome. This is the innermost region. Steel formation takes place by the division of these plerome cells. It means formation of pericycle, vascular bundles, pith rays or medullary rays, and pith and medulla. This theory is only true for root apex. It is not applicable for shoot apex of higher plants because in most of the gymnosperms and angiosperms, shoot apex does not have distinct differentiation of three layers. Except above described three histogens, the fourth type of histogen is also present in monocotyledonous root apex. This is known as calyptrogen. Root cap is produced by calyptrogen in monocots. Root cap is produced by dermatogen in dicotyledonous plants. Exception: there is only one histogen present in Ranunculus. Two histogens occurs in Casuarina. Due to presence of root cap position of root apex is subterminal. So maximum growth in root takes place behind the root apex. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of histogen theory and organization of root apex. For better understanding, check this diagram carefully. Root cap, calyptrogen, plerome, peribulum, dermatogen and all. Note: in hydrophytes, root cap is absent. Instead of root cap, they contain root pockets. Generally, root cap is a single layer, but in Pandnus, screwpine, root cap is multi-layered. Root cap contains large number of Golgi body which secrete mucilage and which makes the root is slimy. Tunica carpus theory. This theory was proposed by Schmidt. This theory is applicable on shoot apex. According to this theory, two types of layers are found in shoot apex. Tunica. This is the peripheral layer. Epidermis is formed by this layer. In tunica cells, anticlinical divisions takes place only in one plane. Anticlinical division occurs at right angle to longitudinal axis, which means tangential plane of cell. Generally, tunica is single layer, but sometimes it is multi-layered. Then the outermost layer forms the epidermis and the remaining layers forms remaining types of tissue systems which are associated with carpus. Carpus, the mass of cells present below the tunica is called carpus. The cells of this zone divide in all directions, which means in many planes, due to which volume increases, it forms rest of the tissue system. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of tunica carpus theory. How tunica is there, how carpus is there. Check this diagram carefully. Newman's theory. According to this theory, meristematic tissue of shoot apex are three types: simplex, monoplex and duplex. Simplex. Such type of shoot apex is formed by single layer of meristematic cells. It is found in gymnosperms except Nettles. Monoplex. Such type of shoot apex in which meristematic cells are arranged in group in place of meristematic layers. Such type of shoot apex is found in ferns. They do not form any special structure. Duplex. Such type of shoot apex is formed by two layers of meristematic cells. Peripheral layer is called tunica and inner layer is called carpus. Such type of shoot apex is found in Nettles and angiospermic plants. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of monoplex, simplex and duplex. Carper-Kappe theory. It was proposed by Skew in the year 1917. According to this theory, the cells of central and peripheral part of the root apex exhibits differences in planes of divisions. In peripheral region, each cell first divides transversely and thereafter the lower daughter cells divides longitudinally, thus forming the shape of T. Such divisions are called Kappe divisions. In the central region, T is inverted as the second division takes place in the upper daughter cell. Such divisions are called the Carpar divisions. Carpar form the body of organism while Kappe form the covering or cap. Up to here, meristematic tissue was completed. In next video, I will explain you about permanent tissues. Thank you very much.